Imagine walking into a factory floor in Detroit, 1992, where a sleek robot arm tirelessly welds car doors while a cluster of workers eye their shrinking tasks nervously. This isn't sci-fi. It's the reality Richard Rosenberg lays bare, computers reshaping jobs, privacy, and even power itself. But what if this machine revolution doesn't just take jobs, but quietly redraws the very rules of our society? Stick around, there's a twist that flips everything you thought about computers on its head. First, the obvious battle, jobs vanishing or morphing under the onslaught of new machines. But beneath the noise is a deeper story of control and survival. Back in Detroit's 1980s car factories, a robot named Unimate replaced hundreds of welders. Workers, bound to repetitive tasks for decades, suddenly faced unemployment. Rosenberg highlights this shift not as a future threat but a present disruption. Jobs didn't just change. They vanished practically overnight amid cheers from management praising efficiency. Think of the computer as the strictest manager you never met, invisible yet omnipresent. Rosenberg likens this to a digital puppeteer pulling strings. Algorithms dictate pace, monitor output, and enforce rules without compassion or pause. The machine doesn't negotiate. It just enforces, turning workers into cogs in a new order shaped by software. The surprise, workers aren't just crushed, they evolve. Some retrain for new tech roles, others find gig work or reinvent careers entirely. Rosenberg predicts not just job loss but a tectonic shift where adaptability becomes the currency of survival, hinting that the social fabric itself is rewoven faster than we realize. Ever feel like your every move online is watched? Rosenberg's 1992 warnings about privacy were terrifyingly prescient, and still only the beginning. Rosenberg cites America Online's 1990s boom, where millions unwittingly traded their privacy for connectivity. From phone calls logged to shopping habits stored, computers gathered deeply personal data across platforms. It wasn't just about convenience. It was about creating massive profiles that could be activated anywhere, anytime. Picture your home as an open window, but now multiply that by every gadget hooked to the internet. Printers, televisions, even refrigerators. Rosenberg calls this creeping surveillance a web of watchers that entangles not just your workplace but your private life, blurring lines between public and personal in ways most people hadn't yet grasped. The kicker, this data is currency that replaces brute force. Governments and corporations wield information like a scalpel, targeting, influencing, controlling populations with no tanks or guns needed. Rosenberg warns that control has shifted underground, hidden in code and databases, forcing us to rethink freedom in a digital world. Who really runs the world when decisions come from coded commands? Rosenberg's insights on power's quiet digital takeover will surprise you. Rosenberg describes the Pentagon's DARPA projects, where funding for computer research quietly funneled into systems controlling nuclear weapons and battlefield decisions. This wasn't just about hardware, but centralizing power in command centers run by software algorithms, making life-or-death choices beyond human reach or challenge. Imagine intelligence not as a human trait, but as a coded command, a decision tree faster than any general. AI became a shadow general in the military hierarchy, weighing strategic options in milliseconds. Rosenberg warns this addition changes warfare itself. Decisions aren't just faster, they're potentially detached from human morality. On the civilian side, computers reshape politics through data, voter targeting, opinion shaping, and policy enforcement driven by IT networks. The surprising insight: political power now rides on who controls the data streams, turning democracy into a battleground of algorithms and access, not just votes or voices. Remember those robot arms replacing Detroit welders? It's not just a factory story. It's a metaphor for how computers quietly rewrite your work, your privacy, and your power structures. Rosenberg's early 90s view feels like a forecast you don't want but need. So here's a challenge. Next time you click or swipe, pause, ask yourself, who's really behind this screen and what might be changing under your fingertips? Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.